guys, I'm here at the Ubisoft Uplay Lounge. I'm about to get my hands on some Far Cry 4, all right? Let's do it. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. You know, at last year's E3, when I saw PlayStation 4 stuff, it was just kind of like, okay, cool, I've seen PC, high-res PC graphics, but this is like light years better stuff. I mean, obviously, we've got a year of progression here and a year of, like, you know, fine-tuning and working on the hardware and all that. But, I mean, Far Cry 4 looks beautiful on the PS4 so far. I have to admit, the only Far Cry game I've played is Blood Dragon, so I can't quite compare them to the other standalone Far Cry games. So the 3 modes that you can play on the E3 demo for Far Cry 4 are Sneak, Ride, and Fly. So I just tried Fly mode, which is what this man said, the hardest mode to try so far. Basically, you're flying in like a little one-man kind of helicopter thing, and you're firing these kind of like frag bombs, or like these kind of like just some kind of like explosives. What would you call those? What would you call those bombs that we're throwing? Like frag grenades, frag bomb, or something like this. Something like that? Okay, I'll just call them bombs. We're basically firing these bombs down onto enemies as we fly around in this helicopter above a base. It's very challenging because the enemies are kind of everywhere. You kind of have to fly low enough to see who you're firing at, but high enough so that it's hard for them to get you. It's very tricky. I like it though. Try and Sneak now, and of course, I'm leaving Ride for last, because obviously riding on an elephant is one of the most badass things you can do in a video game. Nice, I just got that. Dude, the way that people react to the arrows is fantastic. You're dead, you're dead. I'm gonna shoot your balls. I shot that man's balls. He probably will not be able to have children. I love the controls. I love the graphics. I love it. Sneak is awesome. It's basically like a stealth mode. I am more of a stealth player. I know there's a lot of you out there that are more run and gun. You like to get in there and just blast the shit out of people. But now I'm gonna try the mode you've all been waiting for, the Ride mode, which is where you get to ride a freaking elephant. I'm gonna do this. I'm so excited. I'm gonna get on you, sir. Oh my God. You guys are jealous. I believe this is the first time in a game where you can actually ride on an elephant. Is that true? I'm coming in, boys, whether you want me to or not.
If you get close to someone, the elephant's gonna troll.
Oh, no way, really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that. Oh, nice. Riding an elephant, gonna kill you. Riding an elephant, I'm gonna kill you. Don't you kill my elephant. He's my friend. Oh no, did they kill my elephant? Oh, you sons of bitches. Dude, they killed my elephant.
It happens sometimes.
Oh, it makes me really sad. Not since Mario and Yoshi has there been a symbiotic riding relationship in a game. I want to be able to ride an elephant throughout the entire game. That's what would make the game for me. Initial impressions of Far Cry 4, it's freaking great. It's difficult, but that's good. I don't want my games to be easy. I want to sit with it. I want to take it home. My favorite mode of E3 is definitely riding the elephant. But it makes me really sad when the elephant dies. But it makes me really like aggro. So like afterwards, I get all like souped up and I want to kill guys in the face for killing my elephant friend. Hopefully you'll be able to play the game well enough and be good enough that the elephant doesn't have to die. All right, so now I'm trying Valiant Hearts, The Great War. Right off the bat, I love it. I love the hand-drawn aesthetic. It looks really cool so far, but all I'm seeing is kind of cinematic stuff. I'll let you know what happens once I get my hands on some gameplay here. The style is kind of fun. It reminds me a little bit of like Terry Gilliam, Monty Python type stuff. It kind of seems like, almost like a point-and-click adventure game, which is like the kind of games I love. I love the way that you interact with people. It's all very visual. You get these like little talk bubbles that have like what you need to do. My character just asked a guy without saying a word, "Where's my friend?" And the way that you know that is because a little bubble pops up with the friend's picture and a question mark next to it. And then he responds by saying nothing, but there's a picture of a Zeppelin and an arrow pointing up. So obviously he's in a Zeppelin and I need to somehow get there. I can order the dog to kind of do tasks for me, which is really cool. So you kind of have this partnership with the little doggy. So Valiant Hearts, The Great War is centered around World War I and is inspired by letters written during that time. And you kind of take control of 4 different friends. They're all trying to kind of find each other and you figure out the story together. It's kind of like a puzzler. It's very telltale. I have a very soft spot in my heart for games like this. I love Grim Fandango, Day of the Tentacle, and then later on the Back to the Future games by Telltale. Telltale, and obviously The Walking Dead. So I do get a really fun kind of puzzle adventure vibe from the game. I want to sit down on my couch with my puppies and my wife, and you know, maybe like a nice cold drink, and just play through the game and have a good time. I'm actually really excited about most of the games that are in here. Far Cry 4 obviously kind of takes the cake for me because it just looks so beautiful, and just riding on an elephant, I can't get past it. I really, really, really enjoyed Valiant Hearts: The Great War and Far Cry 4. Excuse me, son, what I just saw was Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. I just got out of there, I got my hands on it. They showed us some extended gameplay, essentially kind of a longer bit of what they showed us at the conference yesterday. Got my hands on the game, got to play with a 5-person team, multiplayer. We're sitting right next to each other, talking to each other in the headsets, having a great time. It's fun, it's very tactical. It's, you gotta do a lot of planning. You can't just run and gun, although if you did run and gun, I bet it could work, but not as well as actually planning it out and doing it the right way. But if you played a Rainbow Six game, it essentially plays similarly, but with updated things. You got drones, you got wall barricades, you gotta save hostages, you gotta shoot the bad guys, and then you have a chance to be the bad guys and make sure the hostage isn't taken. A lot of cool stuff, a lot of awesome that only Tom Clancy and Rainbow Six and Ubisoft can bring us. Clancy's The Division. We just got out of our VIP experience and it was amazing. There were people in there playing the game. We didn't actually get any hands-on gameplay of the game itself, but that's okay because we watched people play it and it looks really awesome. Tom Clancy's really kicking it up this year. I mean, not the guy, because sadly he passed. I digress. The game was freaking awesome. There's people playing on the iPad as a drone and flying around. There's bullets flying, whizzing, cruising, bruising, woozing, perusing. Anyway, it's a freaking awesome game. I can't wait to check it out, but it's not meaty enough. I want to see more, man. I'm seeing little bits and pieces, and it's not fair. It's like you're serving me an appetizer, and you're not giving me the whole meal. I just want to see more. So please, Ubisoft, get that game out as soon as possible so I can play the hell out of it. The Crew is an open world racing game, which is kind of a cool concept. It's almost like Grand Theft Auto without all the like walking around stuff. We're humans, man. We were meant to walk on our legs. We were meant to get in cars and drive around. Anyway, so my first impressions were I was riding in a Mustang GT, driving around town, and coming off of Grand Theft Auto and Watch Dogs, I felt like the driving was nicer in this game, and especially the crash physics and the kind of like damage on the car was a little more realistic than in Watch Dogs and Grand Theft Auto. As far as the driving goes, I felt very comfortable with it. I felt like I was in control of the vehicle. Now, it could have been the vehicle I was driving too, but I got some really good impressions of the game. I kind of want to play with more people. I was kind of just doing a single player experience there. So once we get more people playing along, I'm sure it's a super fun game. So I'm here at the Ubisoft booth. I'm here with Anne, executive producer on The Crew. You got to tell me about this game. I got to play a little bit of it, but tell me all about it. Like, butter me up.
So it's all about the USA. You can drive from New York to LA with no loading screen. You can do whatever you want, either on your own, cruising with the music out loud, or you can also do it with your friends and challenge them into a competition, into a race, or even meet with other crews and compete against them. You're free to do it. I would say it's an open world MMORPG with cars.
How many players are allowed in one game at one time?
Well, we don't have any limitation of players. The only thing that's kind of a limitation is that you can see 8 different drivers at the same time on screen. So basically you have 8 players, but at the same time we have as many players as possible.
I've never heard of an MMO racing game. How have you guys taken these two concepts and married them together? Like, was it kind of a scare? I mean, what was the pitch for this thing?
Well, you have to know that our game director, Fergus, he's been dreaming about that game since he's been a very little guy. And he's crazy about MMORPG, and he's crazy about cars. So he's figured out, well, tuning is like leveling up your car. What about putting it into a game? And this is how it started. And I have to say, from the people who've been experiencing more of the MMORPG elements, it's working very well.
One of my questions is there's a single player campaign in the game, right?
Yes, well, it's single, but it's online. I mean, you will be encountering also other players while you do that solo campaign. It's just a narrative to put a structure to the game so that you can learn at your own pace the basics of the game. And then but if you don't want to do it, you can not do it and just go free.
Kind of just do whatever you want.
Absolutely, you take the car, you pick the car you want, and you go in which city you want, or off-road if you want, or Mount Rushmore if you want, and that's that the game is becoming what you want it to be every day you play it.
And I want to know what your favorite feature in the game is. Like, what's your favorite aspect of the game, gameplay-wise?
So for me, I'm much more of an explorer, and what I love about the USA, the real USA, is that you can take your car and cruise for hours without seeing anyone or just meeting amazing people with amazing vehicles, whether they are cars or motorcycles. So this is what I like the most personally about the game, is that I feel again that feeling about myself cruising the roads and just enjoying the beautiful country that the USAs are.
Is there anything exclusive you can give us now about the game, something you haven't told anyone else that you can say for SourceFed? Well, you heard it here, folks. Thank you so much, Anne. You're amazing. Thank you so much. I can't wait to get my hands on the game. I'm gonna go play right now. In fact, I want to get in one of these things.
Sure.
Have you done it yet?
Yeah, of course.
Are you gonna get one in your home?
I wish I could.
That was so awesome.
Steve, real quick, how was that?
Amazing. It changed my life.
Changed your life.
Changed my life. So guys, that is it for me at E3 at Ubisoft. I basically spent the entire day here. I got my hands on everything. Assassin's Creed Unity looked beautiful. Tom Clancy's The Division looked really awesome, post-apocalyptic and scary. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, amazing. So basically, I got my hands on everything. Well, actually, I didn't get my hands on everything, but I saw a good representation of everything they have to offer here at Ubisoft today. I had a blast. I can't wait for you guys to see it. You already saw it. If you're watching this right now, you've seen all of it. That's it. Mic drop.
But to mend your daughter's tears. Lucky Freddy, you were always fearless and with intent.
You're this team of people.